Hey you guys, so today I am gonna try to do a like chit chat get ready with me type of video. I haven't done one of those yet. The lighting probably sucks because it's extremely gloomy outside and I have my light off in the room because my daughter is sleeping, which hopefully she'll stay asleep and let me get through this. I'm talking a little softer, but I'll adjust that when I'm editing. Okay, so I actually decided to do this because I got a few new products in from Ulta. Well, I mean, they're not necessarily new on the market, but they're new to me. It's my first time trying them. So I thought I'd sit down with you guys and try some new makeup and also just kind of chit chat and talk a little bit. So from Ulta, I got this brow pencil from e.l.f. I actually had ordered this one as well as the one from Morphe, which is the one that I use. If you haven't seen my eyebrow tutorial, I will link that below. But yeah, normally I use the one from Morphe, but they didn't have the shade. It like went out of stock as soon as I placed my order, which I hate when that happens. So we will try out this little $3 one from e.l.f. And I'm gonna just spray my face. So if I'm looking down, it's because my mirror is down here on the table. So yeah. So I had a few topics in mind to discuss. So I guess the first one would be being a single mom and dating again as a single mom. Let me get this package open first. Okay, so this is what the pencil looks like. And this was $3 from e.l.f. It's the Instant Lift Brow Pencil. And I got it in the shade brown, dark brown, I think. And that's what it looks like. So we're gonna test it out and see, because my Morphe one is empty. And all my ColourPop ones are empty too. I honestly don't think I have bought brow pencils since before the pandemic. So if you don't know, prior to March of 2020, I went out to work every day. I currently work from home, but yeah, I work in a call center type environment. So I would go into the office. The job that I do is like crisis intervention and crisis counseling, kind of like when people are in distress, they call in and we connect them to mental health resources and kind of assess that they are like safe and not in any imminent danger, and can like stabilize and connect them to the right resources. So that is what I do as my job. So I've been able to work from home since the pandemic. Before the pandemic, I was going out to the office here in downtown Chicago, and yeah, I would just go to work every day. So I was wearing makeup a lot more. And when the pandemic happened, I obviously wasn't really wearing makeup like that. I may have thrown on makeup, you know, for like a Zoom meeting or something. But I wasn't putting on makeup every day. So I really haven't had to buy makeup and like invest in makeup in quite a while, because I've just been using like those same products. So yeah, I really don't think I have purchased an eyebrow pencil since 2020. So that's basically been 3 years. So I was due for brow pencils. So yeah, I'm just using this one now. So yeah, I'm going back to what I was talking about, which was dating and like being a single mom and dating as a single mom. So first, I guess I'll start with, you know, me becoming a single mom. So I was in a relationship, and I use that term very loosely, but yeah, I was in a relationship with the person that would eventually become my child's father. You know, we lived together. In my head, I was doing everything genuinely out of, you know, real, true love for this person, and that wasn't their case. It was a very unhealthy relationship. I don't want to go into details because that's not really necessary right now, but it was a very, very unhealthy situation. And some things went down when I got pregnant specifically that kind of just made me say, this is, you know, the end of that. So I moved out. You know, I came back home to my family home, my childhood home. And, you know, I had my baby. And that person is really not involved in her life, which, you know, that's fine. We're not really sweating that or worried about that. She receives tons of love, and you know, you guys have seen she's very, very happy. So yeah, no worries or concerns with that. So yeah, after I initially like left because I had experienced just so much like trauma and heartbreak, it's an unbelievable type of heartbreak that I never ever thought I'd experience. I would not wish that on my worst enemy. But after, you know, that happened, I was just like, I never want to date again. I tried, it didn't work. You know, I have my child, and I'm gonna live my life with my child, and if I want another kid, then maybe I'll adopt, and you know, it'll be fine. So I was just really, really heartbroken, really like shut out, shut people out, in that like I hate men mode. And I think for a while, honestly, I kind of thought that this person would change and that, you know, oh, things will work out and we'll get back together and we'll be a family and it'll be fine. And that wasn't the case. So yeah, once I kind of accepted that, I decided in my head, all right, you just need to move on and move forward. So like my mom and my sister were actually telling me like that I should, you know, try dating again, try like online dating, try, you know, a dating site and just see that there are other men out there, that there are good men out there. So I did, and this was actually right around the time that I started YouTube, which was last summer. So I did, I'm looking for my concealer. I ended up making a profile on Facebook dating. And I will say I would probably never do that again. Yeah, most of the men on there just were not serious. and they really were just kind of looking for a Netflix and chill buddy, which obviously I'm not interested in. I'm interested in a serious relationship, you know, the person that will be like my life partner, my husband. I don't have time to be trying to get a baby daddy number 2. We're not doing that. There was this one person though that we like exchanged numbers, and I thought he was pretty cool. And so I live in Chicago on the south side, and he actually lived in Gary, Indiana, which if you geographically know about the area, you would know that, like, so from where I live, it is easier and quicker for me to get to Indiana than it would be for me to get to like Navy Pier. That is kind of just how it's set up here. So you would think like it wouldn't really be an issue for us to meet up in person. Like you know, we would FaceTime like pretty much daily, that we were like talking, and he was who he said he was. His, you know, who he was on FaceTime matched his photos online. He, you know, had the job that he said he had. He was a single father, or at least that's what he said. And he had a son, like a almost teenage son that lived with him full time. So we kind of like bonded, I think, over that, over like being single parents and, you know, like raising your kids, and, you know, how like rewarding but yet exhausting it could be. I think we like had a, you know, that connection there. And then he was kind of like, you know, I'm very like, what's the word, like, not like satire, but I can't even think of the word that I'm trying to think of. But anyways, he like understood my humor, and I understood his. We seemed to have bonded. You know, he was a nice looking man. He was a couple years older than me. So I think when I started talking to him, he was like 34, and then he had a birthday, so he turned 35. And I obviously just turned 31. So in essence, I thought it was fine, and that like we were like bonding well. And obviously the next step would be like to meet each other, right? Wrong. And so every single time I brought up like us meeting up, even he would bring up us meeting up, it's like he would flake, he would disappear, you know, something would come up, he can't find a you know, a sitter. I'm back. Hopefully she can stay asleep this time. But so yeah, I was doing my brows, which I'm done now. So I'm gonna move on to my face. I actually got this, which has been quite popular on social media. It is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter Glow Booster for radiant skin. So you can kind of use this as like a primer, you can use it as a foundation. This shade looks a little dark, but that's okay. I think it should be fine. I kind of bought it a little darker because I wanted it to be like my summertime shade, just in case I end up tanning. So it should be fine. I'm gonna try it out and see what it does. Yeah, it's not bad because it'll kind of match my neck, and like with concealer and stuff, it should be fine. I'm actually just gonna put this on the back of my hand because I don't know, something about like this wand going on my face and then going back in the tube is just like the bacteria. So I'll put it on my hand. So what I was saying was, okay, so I had like met that guy on Facebook dating, and basically every time we were supposed to meet up, almost dropped something. Every time he and I were supposed to meet up, there was always an excuse. And I didn't like that, you know, like I had just gotten out of a situation that was bad. It was unhealthy. Like, I'm not looking for more excuses, more lies. You know, I'm not looking for anyone to waste my time. What I want is, you know, someone that's intentional. So with that being said, like, you know, he and I, we just kind of stopped talking. I called him out on what he was doing, and it was like he got an attitude about it and he disappeared. So yeah, but that's fine. You can buy, you know, I'd rather that than me being strung along unfairly forever and ever. So yeah, so that was that. I think after that, someone, like my friend, suggested Hinge. I was just like, yeah, Facebook dating is trash. You know, try Hinge. So I did go on Hinge, and a lot of the guys from Facebook dating were also on Hinge. Why? Because the way that they match you up is where you geographically are, which I think is not really the best practice, because one, if we live in the same area, these are people that I could potentially run into at like Walmart or the grocery store or the cleaners or wherever. So yeah, I just kind of was like, after Hinge, you know, I think I exchanged numbers with maybe 1 or 2 guys on there, and nobody really seemed to be intentional. I'm actually just gonna mix my Fenty Beauty, just because this is a little more sheer coverage. So yeah, I'm gonna mix a little bit of my Fenty Beauty to give a little more coverage. So yeah, that was kind of my experience with dating. So after that, I pretty much kind of decided that maybe dating just isn't something that I should be focusing on right now. And then another thing that happened was, so I want to say maybe like maybe a few weeks actually after that all happened, I found out that, you know, Brooke's father had 2 other children on the way. So basically 3 children were born in the same year. So my daughter has 2 half siblings that are pretty much the same age as her. And that was just kind of like, it was kind of like opening up old wounds, because, you know, one of the reasons that the relationship ended during my first trimester of pregnancy was because this person did not want my pregnancy. And, you know, there were a lot of toxic things said, which I'm not going to repeat right now because that's not really helpful or relevant to my healing. So I was like, I'm really taken aback. Like, oh, so you didn't want this baby, but you had 2 more? Kind of got me in a bad headspace. So it was pretty much after that, and then that was like right before the new year. So it was pretty much at that point where I said, all right, you know, I'm done with this. I need to heal. before I, you know, try to step into a relationship again. And that's kind of where I am now. I am purposely not dating, and also I'm celibate. So when I do start dating, you know, I'll still be celibate until I find the right person that I'm going to be with. So a part of that, and a part of like my healing, is like going on this kind of journey of self-discovery. So I have this from Tarte. And this is the Shape Tape Concealer, which is kind of an old product, but this is my first time trying it. And I just got this little mini travel size, just because I've never tried it before. So I want to see how it kind of works. That's interesting. So yeah, let me spray. My beauty blender. It needs to be washed. So yeah, I think that kind of all led me to where I am now at this point, where I've decided just like not to date for the time being. Not because I have anything against dating, not because I'm in a like I hate men mindset, but I'm just really focused on me. I needed to take a step back and focus on me and my standards, what I'm not willing to accept, and, you know, rebuilding myself up. I think when you go through a situation where you're dealing with narcissistic abuse and just toxicity, physical abuse, it really can bring your confidence down. And I'm in a place now where, you know, I've got to rebuild my confidence. I gotta figure out who I am, who I, you know, want to be, who I want my daughter to grow up and, you know, be like and admire. So that's where I am now, just more so not dating because I am on like a self-love journey. You know, I want to do more like solo dates with myself and, you know, pampering and things like that. So that's definitely something I am planning to do. Even if it's just like taking myself out for coffee and sitting at a coffee shop. And that's why I've been like pouring into YouTube so much. Because this was something, YouTube was something that I feel like was birthed from that pain, from the trauma that I had been through. I just needed an outlet. I needed something to do. I needed something to focus my mind on besides what I had been through. You know, it's hard having to look yourself in the mirror and be like, man, I accepted all of that. Why did I accept that? I know that I'm better than that. I know I deserve better than that. You know, why did I put up with that for so long? And then like once you accept that and, you know, it is what it is, it happened, and you move forward, then it's like, okay, what do I need to do now so that that never happens again? You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at right now. Just yeah, I'm not gonna let that happen again. I'm not gonna tolerate certain things anymore. And like, you know, I've decided not to date anyone right now and to just kind of focus on myself. I don't know when I'll start dating again. But yeah, I mean, I'm open to the idea. I just feel like I need to do some more work on myself first before I open myself up to someone else. So that's kind of where I am now. You know, I have kind of shared like my desire to eat better foods and, you know, work out, just trying to be a better person, a better woman. I plan to start buying books and reading more and just shifting my mindset. So that is what I'm doing, is just focusing on myself. There's nothing wrong with focusing on yourself. There's nothing wrong with being alone. I used to like, I've always pretty much been a loner. And the reason for that is because I'm just really shy. I've always been really, really shy. You can ask my family, you can ask my friends. Like, I'm just quiet and reserved until I'm comfortable with you. Now, once I'm comfortable with you, then you're gonna get the real me and, you know, my real mouth, my real unfiltered, blunt thoughts. But if I'm not comfortable with you, I'm going to be really guarded. So that is just, you know, how it's been for me. So because of that, I felt like, you know, it would be weird or awkward to sit at a restaurant alone, because people might think like, oh, she doesn't have any friends, or oh, she doesn't have anyone, you know, any partner or anything like that. But now I like crave alone time. I crave time to myself. You know, and that's why I'll be kind of glad when we get back in our own space again. Because, you know, like I mentioned, because of that relationship, I just kind of moved back to my parents' home. And we've been here since. And I'm not gonna say when we're moving, because I don't want to talk about those types of things until it's actually happening and set in stone. Just really excited to focus on me and to relearn myself, to fall back in love with myself. And I think it's gonna be like really, really exciting. I'm about to do my eyes. I'm just using this palette from Too Faced, which is the Gingerbread Extra Spicy palette, which you might see me use a lot in my videos. It is discontinued, or it was like limited edition, so it's not available anymore. But Too Faced is always coming out with new palettes, and a lot of these shades are similar. I'm just doing something slight on my eyes because, secret, I'm not actually going anywhere. So yeah, definitely focusing on eating better. I feel like I've struggled with my weight like my whole life. And I think now that I am a little older, you can definitely see why they may call it morbid obesity. Like, being obese in and of itself, or being overweight in and of itself, probably won't kill you, but it can lead to certain problems that could. So weight loss is a goal of mine, but that is something that I'm not really sharing or talking about, because it's a process, it's a journey, it's cyclical. One day I could be really motivated and, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna do this and do that and da-da-da. And then the next, you know, you'll see me in a vlog and I'm at Chick-fil-A and I'm not choosing nothing healthy on the menu. It's definitely a process. And I have learned to give myself grace and kind of be forgiving, you know, when it comes to that. I am kind of in a stage where I'm not about to like step on the scale constantly and constantly weighing myself. But I'm more so right now, at least, because maybe at some point, yeah, I could change my mind and be back keto. We never know. But for now, I'm just trying to change my relationship with food and have a healthier relationship with food, and also model healthy eating habits for my child. Believe it or not, body image issues start really, really young with young girls. I mean, we're talking about, you know, kindergartners, 6-year-olds that are like concerned with their weight or feeling like they're fat. I mean, I was one of them. So I definitely want to make sure that, like I said, I'm focusing on healthy foods, fruits and veggies, and less like junk and processed foods. And that's just my starting point. You know, for my whole journey, because it is a journey. It's not gonna happen overnight. A lot of things in life, you know, it's a journey. It is like a marathon, it's not a sprint. And that might sound like cliche or whatever, but it's the truth. Because even with like YouTube, you know, I think we see a lot of these people, like, you know, Jackie Aina, or, you know, all of these, you know, YouTubers with millions of subscribers and endorsements and sponsors and deals, and we think like, oh, you know, I'll just turn on a camera and upload a video and that'll happen for me. And that's not the case. You have to really be consistent. You know, I have my goal of where I want to be, and I'm not stopping until I'm at 100K. But for right now, it's like 40 of y'all, and I appreciate all 40 of y'all. And I'm gonna talk and treat y'all like y'all are 100K, because that's where I wanna be. But you better believe I'm gonna be consistent. Consistently putting out content. Consistently trying to be better. One, because I just like doing this. I really do. But if doing this can, you know, create certain avenues and provide extra income, you know, for my child to, you know, live comfortably, absolutely. So definitely support. Looking a little washed out. I'm going to contour. Remember back in the day, you had to do the fishy. I never did that because my cheeks aren't made like that. Okay, so this highlighter from Wet n Wild, I actually have one of these in a different shade. I don't know where it is, but these are really good, but I've never tried this shade, so I'm about to try that now. Wet n Wild is a really good brand. I'm trying to, you know, I will start getting into like more high-end kind of makeup because I need to buy all new makeup actually. So that'll be happening soon. I'm definitely like a 2015 highlighter type of girl. You know, back when the highlighter was like on fleek. Did I say on fleek? Ew. But yeah, that's me. I'm still, you know, I like a lot of highlighter. But this is pretty. And I do still highlight my nose, and I do highlight my Cupid's bow. Sue me. But yeah, this is pretty. I like to just put a lot of it on. And then I go in with my powder brush to like kind of dim it down a little bit. And then I have this blush from ColourPop, which I haven't used a ColourPop blush in years actually. But they also have really good affordable products. As a single parent, it's not a lot of money for shopping. My phone, you guys, is dying, so I need to charge it. Before it dies on me while I'm recording. In this journey that I'm on, I've really been focused on like my boundaries and, you know, setting boundaries, you know, trying to rest when I need to. Let me grab my lip liner, hold on. But I do also feel like, you know, as a mother, and I think really as a single mom, you get this like, kind of like this adrenaline rush. I feel like I run off adrenaline probably like 99% of the time. This is MAC Cork. This is my favorite lip liner ever. I really run like off of adrenaline and coffee. So, you know, you get this like motivation and this drive to get stuff done. Like, I've always been a really hard worker. I've kind of had like this Mamba mentality forever. Anybody that knows me can tell you that. Like, I have a really, you know, hard work ethic. I can be really strict on myself and really hard. And I'm just not stopping until I achieve what I want to achieve. And that's definitely the era that I'm in right now. So I don't care if y'all get sick of me posting. It's gonna be videos. So I got this is by Milani. And this is their Nourishing Lip Plumper. So I'm gonna try this out. Although I really don't need a lip plumper. Feels nice. It's a little bit of a tingly feeling. It's a pretty shade. This is definitely like in my shade range. I love nudes. If you haven't already, check out my nude lip combos video, which I'll leave linked somewhere. But yeah, guys, this is all. I tried out a few new products. So this, which I think this would be really good for, you know, like the summer, or like a beach day, if you don't want a lot of makeup, but you kind of just maybe want to put something on top of your sunscreen and kind of give you that glow. Or maybe this would be good for vacation. So yeah, this is an interesting product. I did just mix in foundation because, you know, I have some areas that need a little bit more coverage than what this was giving me. So I do like this. I do wish the packaging though was maybe like a pump or something instead of the wand thingy. And this, I like the look of it on my lips, and it feels nice as well. So we'll see how that holds up. And then, you know, this blush I think is really cute for the price. This is what, like $6 maybe? I don't know, I gotta double check. And this highlighter seems to be doing its job too. So yeah, that was everything. Oh, and the brow pencil. Yeah, for $3, I mean, this brow pencil does its job. And like I said in my brow tutorial, I feel like brows, it's more so about your technique than the products you use. But I mean, for $3, I would buy this again for sure. But yeah, you guys, that's all that I have for you. This was my quick little chit chat, get ready with me, which I kind of had to rush through because my child. But yeah, guys, that's all I have for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and leave me a thumbs up. Let me know if you want me to do more of these. Let me know if you have any ideas of like content that you want me to record. And don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. Definitely subscribe because we're trying to grow, right? We want our platform to grow. So subscribe so you can see me again and see more makeup and everything else that I got going on. So yeah, guys, I am going to shut up and I'm gonna go in the kitchen and get me something to eat because that's only place I was going. We're getting ready with me to go to the kitchen because I'm not going nowhere. It is gloomy and it's a perfect chill day. So I'm gonna shut up so my child can finish her nap and I can have some quiet time. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.